telling you, if I was a lesser man, today would have broke me.
Nah, because you would have messaged somebody. I hope.
I woke up with a headache after my son had me up 4 or 5 times last night. Thought nothing of it. Went back to sleep. I wasn't supposed to be at the location for the work until about 1 because I had to come here and handle some work anyway. So I was like, I'll sleep in a little bit. Come here. Seth did pretty much nothing while I was gone. I've been gone 2 days. Been in Buffalo every day, 10 hours a day, trying to get this done. I'm going to show you a photo that I can't show them because the customer, after taking said photo and everything going to shit, decided to have me stop. And he had a bit of an attitude to it. But it's like, no, don't post it to the internet. That's when shit gets like, oh my God, right?
Right.
Mind you, I've worked over 30 hours on this project because this is a nice Christian man that I was trying to help out to get my name out there. Taking his wife's demands and trying to make them work.
So a 30-hour job that was meant to be
20 on the high end. Gave them a free day of labor, said I wouldn't charge them because it needed to be done right and with as much care as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it fucked me. Welcome to hell.
Jesus. What happened?
I'm so glad you asked. Take a gander around everything. What's the difference?
Like, how did that get...
You see the difference in the color?
Color? Like of what's broken and then what's shiny? Yeah.
Well, no. You see how dark the wood was?
Yeah.
How dark it is now? It's white face for pine.
White face for pine?
Yeah, it went whoop. It was from black to white. Dark to light.
Yeah, well, like how? Like what the fuck happened?
So they had a carpenter come in, throw these things together, no filler, no glue, nothing. And they were like, hey, I want you to epoxy over it. The guy who sold us or put it together had bought some of these and put it together similarly and epoxied over it. He had a much smaller kitchen. I found out later. He just epoxied over it after a light sanding. Did not stain the material. Used over 8 gallons of epoxy, about $500 to $800, depending on where you buy it. Sure as shit, said it's just going to run forever. You're going to have a lot of holes. You're going to have to keep pouring, dry, pour. You'll be here 4 or 5 days. So I was like, oh, that's good to know. I appreciate it, but I've got pretty well figured out. I know what's either going to go wrong or what's not. And this was an option to go wrong. I told the customer when I got there, hey, this hasn't been stained correctly. The stain wipes off on your hand. Like you can literally touch the countertop and you get brown marks on your hand. Mm-hmm. They didn't sand. It wasn't cured properly. So much was put on, just laid onto wet wood. These are bowling alley lanes and it's very porous. Like every crack is like straight through to the ground. So I had to filler all of it out of my pocket. Stain and filler out of my pocket. About $100, 10 hours of work. Poof. But it is a $3,000 job. Cool. Here we go. They had gotten quotes from somebody else, almost double. And I was like, why do that? Just do it the way I'm telling you, and it'll be cheaper and easier. You shouldn't have to do above and beyond. And I've seen people use oil-based stains before when they're cured and they get plenty of time. When they don't get plenty of time, if you do not use an oil-based stain post 10 to 15 days, if you're in a rush, you're going to have what happened to me happen to you. So oil doesn't like water. Oil doesn't like any chemical process. Oil is oil. The reason oil and water and oil and gas and oil just doesn't work is don't touch oil. Don't work with oil. Oil sucks. Even oil miners, oil tankers, oil chef, people with fucking anything don't like oil. Oil is not the bread and butter. Coconuts fucking hate oil. So do avocados. That's why everyone hates oil. So I do the sanding, do the stain, everything's great. I'm like, we're going to wait a minimum of 7 days. I've got a shipment coming. It showed up on the 7th day and they're like, yeah, let's go. Let's get it done now. I'm like, are you sure? All right, take a rag, wipe every surface, see if anything comes off. Yeah, it's all good. I never saw that rag, by the way. But they said it was good. So I come and I'm like, yeah, we'll just start pouring. We dusted everything off, tape it off, put my bags down. I do a seal coat. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do a seal coat. Then I'll do a flood coat. Done. Started to notice after the seal coat, there's some real stringing going on where the epoxy starts kind of going lower and higher in some areas because there's a lot of divots in this wood that I filled as much as possible.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, nothing's wet, nothing's sticky. We're good. That should be it. We don't have to restain nothing. I'm like, bam, let's flood it. So I come in yesterday, mix up 5 gallons of epoxy. I poured that bitch. It was smooth as glass. Center island, though, one caveat, was very stringy in certain areas. And I was like, I could pour a little more, but that's not really going to do much. It's more the unevenness of it and how much material is there.
So I look kind of like had ripples.
Yeah, a little bit of ripples. That's it. Every other one is like glass surface. You can bounce a quarter off the end. Bing. Great. So all I got to do at this point, coming in today, if the customer accepted the ripples on the center island, we don't have to crack into the other 4 gallons, which will cost them near $500. And I can just sand the drip supports off and remove my tape and be done. That's it. Clean up and go. Pick up my check. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, I come in. And I'm going to tell you, this guy's like, we got to resand it. I'm going to help you. We'll mix it up. We'll put it on. I'm like, okay, so I go to sand. I get hit with a migraine I've never had in my life. It felt like somebody put a toothpick straight through my ear and was going right to the temple, like up towards it and just chiseling. Like, almost like there was a toothache, but I don't feel my teeth.
You know what would help?
An IV.
Yeah.
So I chug his miracle water that we talked about in the previous podcast, but we don't have that footage due to the goddamn 7.4 SV whatever. Sony, you suck. Corrupted file RSV dot whatever. So then I get to sanding, right? And he starts helping. And I notice, okay, there's some really wet spots now that I'm sanding the top surface. Oh shit, it's gooey. There's a lot more goo. Oh no. And I'm like, hey, we got to strip this off. First thing I said, my intuition says, take it all off. Redo this island. If there's something where it wasn't mixed properly, I mixed the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. If there was an issue with timing, curing, air, your AC didn't work because he said it's 75, whatever it is. But to me, I'm pretty sure it's the oil. That's the only thing that can directly off gas towards the chemical process of the epoxy. It won't let it cure. It just separates everything.
Right.
Now, the first seal coat didn't do that because it was super thin. Super thin. So therefore, most of the time it was skip a layer. And I've seen it skip a layer and go all the way to the freaking flood coat. It's happened. So then I start chiseling away at that excess epoxy and I'm moving it and I'm sanding and I'm trying to let's patch it. We'll just sand everything off that's wet, get it out, and start fresh, just flood coat it and we'd be done. Then I get a little lip and I pull. Oh shit.
Just keeps on fucking coming.
All of it. Down to the wood. Not even the stain fucking survived. So what happened was the stain cured to the resin on the first seal coat. Pulled that and the fucking filler from the cracks. Sealed to the resin. So when we peeled that today, and I was like, yeah, let's peel it off and we'll address tomorrow. He's like, oh my God, it's the centerpiece. It's the thing I'm going to roll out and show everybody when they're doing this and that. And this thing he put on, it's like this, not really level. Mm-hmm. It's a top that's out of alignment, so you put any weight here, the whole thing falls. So I couldn't put a lot of weight on the epoxy there, which is super funny. He's like, oh, I'll fix it later. But you put the top on wrong on the island. And so I'm like, well, it just has to be done. You have to accept right now. It's the worst case scenario. Got to start over. Everything else is fine. There's one top that I'm going to sand down and do another flood coat because it's kind of patchy, but that's more for like waves than sticky. And it just looked like it broke him. He ripped off the gloves from, helping me sand. He's like, I just can't believe this, that, and the other. And so I was like, well, why don't you take a picture for my thumbnail for my YouTube video? Because I'm going to shoot this on the vlog and post it out today that the worst case scenario has happened. That I talked to all my followers and my people about, and I told them that this was a possibility, that the customer absolutely had to have this stain. They only wanted this oil-based stain. I gave them the repercussions, told them what the timeline for the recommended use was, which is 7 days, but there's always the risk. Mm-hmm. That's not my risk. That is your risk. I absolutely discussed this at length and even made a sample for my customers and told them why and how it works. What the fucking whole point is that it won't let it cure, that oil doesn't like it. Still didn't charge them for the stain, the sample, none of that. To be nice because they're real Christian people and they want to be nice and good with God and this and that. And they got a lot of people that are going to refer me business. I was super nice about it. And then it's like a switch flicked in this guy's brain that just went from like super nice guy to complete a-hole. I was like, what? Texted me after I left the house. He took the photo for me for the thumbnail. Mm-hmm. I was like, do not use my pictures of that kitchen island on the internet. Ever. And what? I've already told you I shot videos in here. I was doing the whole, like, here's the steps, blah, blah, blah. You know that I YouTube. That's what I do. I make videos on the internet.
Right.
It's one of the only reasons your price is what it is, because it's a nice project that I can make content out of. What? Then we're just going to reset. I won't post that picture. Everything up until now is free game. That's fine. So tomorrow, I'm either A, walking into being fired because, they don't want to redo the centerpiece again or spend the money because today was already the extra day after doing all the sanding and whatnot. It took me a little longer the other day. Mm-hmm. Today was the cleanup finish. This is what you were quoted for your estimate. At $350 a day, which is really below what I get paid anyway, just to sit here. You owe me a minimum of 2 more days if we do another seal coat and flood coat. So that's another $700 on top of the $450 that they already had to pay for more epoxy today from their choice. Snap into a Slim Jim, baby. It's going to get good.
It already sounds like a clusterfuck.
And I got fucking food poisoning. I'm sure I got food poisoning. Just gut, stomach, nothing will stay down except for Slim Jims.
I got Zofran in the office.
What the fuck's Zofran?
It's nausea medication.
I don't know what that is.
Nausea?
What is it?
Like when you feel like you're going to throw up?
I just call that sweat in the mouth.
I call it nausea. Clinically.
Your mouth starts sweating, not saliva. It's like a salt. When you're going to vomit, it's your reflex is telling you, go.
Before, when you're feeling like that, you can tell me.
I was in Buffalo. It hit me in Buffalo. Would you drive to Buffalo?
We travel.
35 miles out of the way.
Yeah. You just have to pay for it.
Well, if it was before the drama, I bet my Mr. which is his name, would have been like, oh, let's get him down here. We'll help. We'll have one. It's probably the Lord's way. And he's like, you can be here at 8 tomorrow, right? And we can have a conversation about this.
And you couldn't have a conversation?
After I just threw up in your lawn. He then had something to deal with because he recycles metal for NWEC or whatever. He's like, I got to go do that. That's something to make money to pay for this. And I'm like, seems like you're well off. Better news, I had a great, everything before 10 a.m. this morning was fantastic.
Was it?
Yeah, I went to the casino the other night.
Yeah.
I'm a degenerate fucking gambler.
You want to tell them about it? Well,
how's your week?
Oh, not too bad, except for just a little minor issue. Saturday, I went to the comic book store. But before that, I went to the bank to deposit some money, right?
You got paid.
Yeah, I got paid. And I deposited that money, and I, took my receipt and everything, and I guess I had forgotten my card at some point in that transaction at the ATM. Mm-hmm. Go to the comic book shop, realize it like 15 minutes in. I'm like, fuck, I forgot my credit card or my debit card at the ATM. I go back to the ATM, not there. And
was it a drive-through ATM or was it one of the tellers?
Drive-through. I get on my phone. I lock my card. I call MidFirst, but it was already passed. So I got one of their third-party whatevers that could go in and just like lock the card and cancel it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And come Monday, and mind you, I still have like another card, which I primarily use just for business. I call MidFirst because I was going to deposit some more money that had gotten into that business card. I go to the ATM, I put my money in, I put my card in, the thing lifts up, gives me my money back, gives me my card back, and I get a receipt that says, please check with your bank.
Got you!
And I call MidFirst again on Monday, because earlier I called them that day and I was like, hey, can I get a replacement for my card? They're like, yeah, sure, 100%. And I called them after I tried to use my business card to deposit some money into it. And they're like, yeah, that card, it's flagged. It's not working anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, I mean, it would just show that it's flagged and that you're getting it replaced. And I'm like, no, I'm getting my other one, my personal one replaced, not my secondary one for my business replaced. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, okay, so you need your other one replaced? And I'm like, yep, that's the only one I needed replacing. And I was told earlier today that I was going to get it replaced. And they're like, okay.
So they only put a stop on your personal, or your business, not your personal.
Yeah.
And so they were able to run your personal card.
I still locked it on my phone.
Okay, good.
And they were like, okay, we're putting the thing in to send you a new one of your personal card. I'm like, okay, cool. Can you unlock my business one? And they're like, well, unfortunately, since it was flagged, we can't.
There's no unflagging it?
Yeah. And I was like, so what you're saying is I need to now get a second business card?
Mid-first. If you can hear this mid-first, I just wish that you would shut down.
Mid-first, if you're watching, we know that you are. Please.
Tabitha, call me.
But yeah, now I am cardless, waiting on Mid-first to send me not one replacement.
Hold on. Are they not overnighting it?
No, wait, it takes 7 to 10 business days.
There's no fucking way. You're a business. You have to have 24 to 48 hour options.
It's not an official business card.
Okay, so you should leave with that. Because, like, I'm really good with business accounts and I know how to sign it. I'm just saying, you should get 24 to 48 hours. You go with placements, baby.
The only reason I couldn't make a business account is because I didn't
have a TIN or EIN for your business.
Because
I'm telling you.
I know, because it's a 1099 contract.
I got an offer for a loan today for like $75,000 for this business since we've been open a year. And I was like, nope. I would just take that to the casino. Don't tell my wife.
I'll pay off all my debt.
How much debt do you have? I'll tell you how much I have.
Probably like 11,000.
Shake your hand, sir. Congratulations, you are in the 1% of Americans who actually give a fuck. You know how much credit card debt I have right now?
How much?
43,000.
43,000?
In the last year.
Is that like standard?
No, I had zero balance when we moved here. Zero. In a year, I've spent 43,000 on 3 businesses, but we just started carrying a balance, and now it's like, oh, I'm paying 100 towards the principal every month, and like 300 is interest, which I just decided after the winning from the last casino. I was like, I'm just going to pay that card off. But funny enough, I owe the IRS $35,000. So you got 44, 35, not yet. I've got 2 loans out. With, what was it, PayPal and Lending Point. Lending Point I'm still paying, but PayPal I'm fighting them because that's, we know the illicit activity that was taken out of my name. That's close to $100,000. So I have $200,000 in debt. 200, comma, 000, period, 00. Math. In debt. And I'm only 33. But all of them are being paid or discussed. I'm not ignoring everyone. I feel like I'm ignoring everyone during the time I was in Buffalo because there's no cell reception. And I got like 8 phone call missed calls today. And it doesn't pop up until I leave Buffalo. Buffalo, You're fucking cursed. Get a cell tower. But dude, it's crazy that most people for like $11,000. That is stressful to you. That's probably like, how the fuck am I going to do this? This is everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
And me, I'm sitting here like, I give you $50 this month. I don't care. They'll stop them. Then next month, $50. If God forbid PayPal actually ended up suing me for that loan, I would take to court the facts that I have and the information I have and be like, well, I'm technically not responsible. Here's their fraud says exactly this, and they just denied me. Now the credit cards, God, it doesn't really report negatively because I have so many cards, like me and my wife and our businesses. It actually helps to carry a balance. We're paying them to get better credit. Mm-hmm. Is what it is. But man, debt is a hard thing because I used to care about that so much, so I paid everything off, and then I had horrible credit from like something 10 years ago. And then because I carried no balances, didn't have credit cards, I couldn't fight it. There was nothing to weigh against it. So I found that out. Anything else this week since you got money, fucked?
Oh, God.
Let me ask a better question. So how are you taking payments from your customers if you can't access your money?
Well, through Square, it's connected to my bank account, like through my Mid-first bank account. Same thing with my Venmo and Cash App. It's directed straight, not through my card, but through to my bank account.
So how are you getting haircuts? How you doing anything?
Dude, I haven't gotten a haircut
I noticed, but I was just how.
Well, I've been cutting back on the eating out a lot because I'm trying to lose weight for my contract because I didn't get it because I weigh over 300 pounds.
Hold on, we got to go back because they didn't see the last podcast because of my idiocy with transferring files for somehow. Too much stress on the converter for cards. This man put all his chickens in one basket, all his eggs in one basket. It was like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to turn down every other job until I get this. And this is my interpretation of Alex, where it's like, hey, everything is going to go my way. It's easy street. Everyone's like, hey, try something else. He didn't get the contract. I feel absolutely horrible for him. But they did say...
I think Chris feels more horrible about it than I do. I'm just like, well, things happen.
Because, podcast via Zoom from Alaska would be amazing.
You mean from Iraq?
Iraq.
Yeah.
Same thing.
One's colder. There's no religious war in Alaska.
Really?
Is there a religious war in Alaska?
Yeah, there is. That's hella funny because I heard this thing. Christianity and something else. Russian Orthodox. That's what, yeah. Apparently they're feuding.
Yeah, how long has that feuding been going on, though?
Apparently they opened in 2000.
Yeah, I think the other one has it beat by millennia.
It's kind of hearsay. Where's the facts? I think everything burned.
I mean, there's some religious texts.
1820. Damn. It's still funny. I always thought, I was like, yeah, they're always battling.
But yeah, I think you're more upset about it than I was. But as soon as they were like, yeah, because they didn't tell me what the problem was that I had that I didn't meet the requirements was until like 2 days after.
It's super shady. Didn't even do it by call. Didn't even text. Everything has been directly to you via call until this one thing.
Yeah, because the other ones were investigators.
Beep, beep, sender. Sir, Mr. Alexander, you are overweight by blah, 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 blah. Have a nice day. Repeal this within 30 to 90 days. Do some...
But as soon as I was, quote-unquote, rejected, I, started looking at other contracts, other jobs, applied to other ones, and there's like that wildland firefighting thing I'm interested in. So started cutting weight for that initially, and then the 2 days after, they had told me like, yeah, you weigh over 300 pounds, but you have 90 days in order to still qualify for it. I was like, okay, cool.
So what is your weight right now?
I haven't officially weighed myself, but...
What?
Well, like, I weighed
should be in your medical, right?
I weighed like 331 when I was at the doctor's office last week.
Okay.
But I was wearing all my gear.
So yeah, 330. Yeah. We always do that to ourselves. And then if you ever weigh your clothes, it's like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds with your phone and everything in there. Because your phone's only like less than half a pound. And that's your biggest weight.
Yeah.
But I am 320. I gained a little bit more weight since, but man, it sucks. Because what are you cutting out?
I'm doing just a carnivore diet.
Just meat? So
just
how
meat,
are you?
Dairy.
Dairy?
Yeah,
that's part of carnivore.
Yeah, so you can do beef,
eggs,
cheese. I've been doing shrimp. You can do seafood.
How is seafood? That makes no sense because wouldn't that be like pescatarian diet?
No, it's still carnivore.
Chicken, pork, lamb, turkey, organ meat, salmon, sardines, white fish, and small amounts of heavy cream and hard cheese. So technically, can you have oil and eggs? So mayonnaise? Yeah, you can have oil, right?
I honestly don't know. I'm still pretty new to this, so every day is like new research. 4 to
6 eggs every meal on carnivore diet. So if you can have mushrooms and, or not mushrooms, but mustard and...
I'm not a fan of mustard, though.
You are if it's egg salad sandwiches, right?
No.
You've never made your own egg salad? I only eat mustard on egg salad sandwiches.
I don't
Fuck mustard on everything else, only with eggs.
Not a mustard guy.
I hate it.
Not a condiment guy other than hot sauce.
Mexicans. That's like super weird to me. I loved ketchup as a kid. I could have married ketchup when I was a young child. It was on everything. I had hot dogs for a summer. I would only eat hot dogs, whether they were in the bun, out of the buns. I threw fits. I was like 8 years old, and everything would have been hot dogs for the rest of my life if my dad didn't whoop my ass and go, "We're done with hot dogs in this house." It's crazy how stubborn I was as a kid. And then I look at my son who's 4, and I'm like, I'll murder you. I will murder you.
It makes sense.
Absolutely, except I ain't putting on my parents. Pushovers. Me? You're going to see me screaming, "It's John Cena. Watch out, watch out, watch out." Bam! Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. It's going to be so glorious one of these days. Because like I said, I woke up sick, and then he was up like 4 times last night. He doesn't let me sleep. If I die randomly, you're going to know that it was just lack of sleep, lack of oxygen to the brain, something that was related to him causing pure medieval stress. Like, I feel like some nights I got rainbow sixed and like kidnapped, put into a room, and the music gets turned up real loud, and then you just got water thrown at you and you're just starving and sleep deprived, and then Rammstein music, du hast, like at all times, like just to keep you awake. Because my son at 1, 2, 3, 3:15, and 4 o'clock last night woke up. Just, I got to do this. I want to do that. Can I have some chips? I don't know why he's asking for chips. I want water in the bed. Okay, you get 1 sip of water. That way you know pee-pee. Yeah, use the potty. Apparently you need to use the potty. He goes to use the potty. He's like, I pee-pee myself. So he didn't pull his pants down to go pee-pee. Guess who's got to clean it? Not me. Made my wife do it. Sorry, hon. I was tired of shit. I had already handled him enough.
You know that saying of like every son overcomes their father, or like basically, I don't know the specific phrase, but you know what I'm referring to, right?
No.
Like every son eventually will beat their father in, you know, strength, speed, you know, that kind of. You never heard that phrase?
No. Yeah, we both read that. Brother will betray brother to death. That comes that man into the variance against his father, the daughter against her mother, the daughter against the law, daughter-in-law. Disrespectful son warns children to honor their parents with loving hearts of obedience. Toxic parents? That's in the Bible? Toxic?
I have no idea.
Any undue stress. Is it a sin to yell at your son? If you are yelling or silent, but our motivation is divide, we are unlikely sinning. Prove spanking with not corrected, withhold not correction from child. For if thou beatest him with a rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell. Do not hold back discipline from the child. Although you strike him with the rod, he will not die. I've seen people die from being hit with a rod.
Have you?
Yeah. Guy got hit with a steel rod on a video. Everything's religious.
Yeah, the quote that I was thinking of was not in any form
I didn't think it was.
It's more so like the son will surpass their father. But like all the stories that I've heard on podcasts or TV of like, especially like podcasts of these parents talking about their children of like, yeah, you know, I raced my son and I beat him, or, you know, I beat my son at this basketball game. And he's like, I know eventually there's going to come a time where my son ends up beating me, and all these things that I'm beating him at is what I'm referring to.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I get that. I understand that so much more clearly now. I would hope that he becomes like,
well, in your case, it's going to be sooner rather than later, because he's probably going to kill you at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Dude, I need that correct. I need to not spare him the rod, but I've been sparing him the rod. I think I've spanked him once. And that was just, it sucked. Like, so soul-shattering sucked. I don't like hitting him. I've spanked my daughter and like fun, you know, like, I got her, got the butt, da, da, da. Like, that's one thing. Maybe she's gotten it twice and she's 8. But that was like, she really pushed the line, said some things, you know, angry kids. Mm-hmm. And I just don't like the I don't love you thing. You can't say that. Nobody says that. You are obligated by blood to love me, even if you hate me. Same for me and my family. That is an obligation in genetics. You're fucked, kid. Not happening. You don't get to choose it on a Tuesday because you woke up and I didn't give you a brownie at 6 a.m. Love me, bitch. It's unconditional.
Yeah.
Not for brownie. Other than that, my week's been great. I went to the casino. Let me get to my casino story.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking degenerate. So I told my wife I was going to leave the cards with her. I didn't. I forgot. I went over there, handled some shit, didn't leave the cards, left. I was already halfway. I'm like, I'm not leaving the cards. But what I wanted to try, because I had seen this thing where, like, if you take out your money, right, and you put a certain amount in your car, and you leave it in the car, and you park really far away, you really got to want that. You really got to go and get that, and it gives you an opportunity to clear your head if you already lose the money you had. So I did that. So I took out $1,500, told the wife roughly $1,000, took out $1,500, Left 5 in the car, and I had shit to buy the next day anyway because I was going to Buffalo, whatever. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this. Took in $1,000. Only used the $1,000. That's it. The whole night, I didn't even remember the 500 in the car. So I get down to $137. I lost it all. Until I remembered I had free play. I was down to my last $200. I was just pissed off because I was up and down in my 1,000. So basically, $1,300 there.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna say it's not every time, but I was down $1,200 on this machine on my last $136, and then rage tapping to get that money. And on the last 136 is what it hit. Something fictitious about these ones.
Okay, so my hand pay, I put in $100 here, 6 spins, got the bonus. Put in $100 here, 6 spins, hit the bonus. I still got my hand pay.
My
Good luck.
money was in my pocket.
Winner, 1780.
Swipe right.
Then I double-tapped this bad boy, I put 100 on it.
500, 250, 250. Swipe right.
All right, so I don't know what's happening, but I just double-tap this in.
Double tap. Yeah, because out of that free play, I was down to $5, then hit a bonus.
Yeah.
Got up to 136, then hit another bonus. Swipe right.
Panda magic. Was it magical?
It was. It only ever paid 10x. He still doesn't know how much I walked home with.
Do what? What would happen if you got all 15?
17,000 more. Not big.
17,000?
Yeah.
You said no biggie?
It's not that big. I had more than 17 bonuses for $1,000 that night.
Oh, we just have different trains of thought because 17,000?
Well, I've won 50 in a night.
Yeah,
In a single night.
that's funny money right there.
Yeah, I got my win-loss statement from last year. I'll tell you how much I actually put in the machines.
Can I guess?
How much do you think I put in? How much do you think I lost? Because I lost.
Did you put in more than 100,000?
Yes.
More than 200,000?
Yes.
More than 500,000?
No.
300,000?
So close.
Less or more?
More. This is not you guessing. This is me just sliding you up.
I know. This is kind of guessing.
$316,000 is the money in. Money out was 240 or something, so like 96,000. It ends up being 96,000 that I lost last year. I fucking spent 96,000 at the casino, and I owe 200,000 in debt. I was so pissed off because I tapped into that $2,000 in my pocket. I lost it all in the machines, all of it. I got down to $1,500 in the pocket. I put it all back. It was 15 minutes till closing. So I'm going machine to machine, putting 200 in or 100 in and betting $20 a spin. I was like, fuck it. I already lost. I was at fucking almost $4,000 when I was going to leave. Couldn't get there. I hit the 2,500 minor. So, but if you do the math, the 15 in my pocket, because I said it was $2,000, there's 15, that 2,500, I was just over my 4,000 mark to leave. I didn't fucking leave.
All right, this is the last bet, $10. Hopefully it actually pays. Nope.
Which is crazy. It's a large amount. It's like $30, which was fucking ridiculous. I was so angry. There's
Damn, not even a connection there.
not even 2 in a row to hit something.
I hit this on the last 5 minutes of the casino, 2,700.
Spun in.
5 minutes trying to just get in a last final bet. We'll see what happens.
So I had the 15 in my pocket that I didn't touch. It's 5 minutes. The security was walking me out, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just put in a couple bucks." They're like, "Sir, you got to leave. We're closing at 1:40 in the morning." And then I literally spun this in 9 balls, $2,740.
Minutes trying to just get in a last final bet. We'll see
I'm just standing there, going, "Okay, let me put this in," and that was it. It was crazy. So they go to do my hand pay paperwork, and like the dude comes up and fucking taps me up. He's like, "Yeah, I knew you'd get it, man," because my whole goal was to get over fucking $4,000. With that and the money I had in the machine, I was at $5,000. Now I have to wait for the hand pay. So 2:10ish, they let me stay for another 20 minutes. I lost like another $500 in various machines. I hit like 4 more bonuses, didn't record any of it because they were getting pissy about the security being next to me. But yeah, I left with $4,300. Yeah. I had 500 in my car still. Didn't touch that.
Nice.
But here's the kicker. You know, besides me losing 95 grand, my wife has this like this distrust of me because I'll be like, yeah, well, I took 1,000 and I really took 1,500 because it wasn't a big deal. You know, I took like 1,000. I never really had to justify to her what I took before, but she's like been pissy about the idea of me telling her a different amount. Mm-hmm. So when yesterday I was like, I needed cash for other things in the week and I was going to do this or that. And I wanted to test if I would actually spend it. And I literally told her, I was like, I only took 1,000 to the casino. I only did. I only took 1,000 into the casino and I won so much. And I told her I won so much. So today she tries to hack my bank account, locks me out of my bank account and like, I know you're lying. I didn't see you come home with anything. And I'm like, well, I got my money. It's my money. Like, what is the point? If we go use the other accounts that are full. Like, why are you in my accounts? Why is it point? Why is there drama? Over what? Like, just go away. Let me have my win. Even when I win, she's up my ass. Love you, but it's pointless. So it was so funny. She was asking questions about it. I was like, yeah, thanks. She's like, what do you mean? Respond to me. I was like, yeah, thanks. Then I ended up getting sick 10 minutes later going to Buffalo. And I'm like, I'm sick. I might come home. I don't know. Dude, it's been one hell of a day.
Sounds like it.
Have you been playing ADVR?
Other than that one time that we played together and I got sick and I had to get off of it, no. Yesterday, I want to see how I do, and I got on the Creed game.
Have you even played any of the weight loss games there?
Oh, that's why I was playing Creed.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
boxing,
VR.
Zumba type thing.
Yeah, and I was man, dude,
it'll work you out.
Oh,
yeah.
It did. Yeah, I was there, which I need to create a bigger space in my room. So
I got a whole fucking basement you can use. It's got workout shit and everything. It'll probably motivate me to start working out.
I was like training against, or like with Rocky to do like the punches and ducking, and then there's the punching bag, and then the other speed bags, and yeah, dude, it's a workout. And then like I did that last night, and then the night before I did a workout with my bands. So I'm doing, increasing.
Do you have a standing desk at your work?
No, it's a sitting
Just
desk.
sitting desk.
Yeah.
Is it your desk or somebody else's desk that you rented?
Is mine.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a little folding desk I bought from Amazon.
Dude, chip in a chair, man. That's how good shit starts.
I did have to get myself a fancier chair at a certain point because my Amazon chair would...
Gaming chairs cut the circulation off behind your knees and cause back problems. So any of those like gaming chairs, don't buy fucking gaming chairs, you idiots. I don't understand it. Like there are chairs like these. These are made by prison inmates in a different state. And these are about $1,500 a chair. Just these 2 red ones. I like my red bottom chairs. They are super comfy. That chair right here. Guess how much that chair you've seen? Or you've seen the ones in my office. Guess how much those are?
100, 150 more. 2,000
More.
4,000.
$38.95. So those chairs are like. You've seen the streamers and the people are like, oh, these are the best chairs in the world, etc. Well, I had one night fallen asleep in a chair back in 2016 when I got that insurance money. And I fell asleep and it cut the circulation off behind my knee. And also, I was on medication at the time and I didn't care. But my fucking foot swole. Like, I had skin that was on the ground. So they had to go and they had to drain water, give me pills, the whole thing. It was like sugar, sodium, cut off some type of gland in my leg. Yeah. So I broke the rock racer.
Syndrome.
Yeah, something like that. And I broke the chair, threw it out the window. It was a whole thing. And then I promised I would never buy a chair cheaply again, because if your body's going to be stuck to it for hours in the day, it better be nice, whether it's cars, seats. I'm never going to pay for a chair that's cheap as fuck again. That almost lost me a foot. So then I bought one of these chairs, and it's like the Herman Miller of office chairs. Durable. I've had them, 8 years now?
8 years?
8 years. They're fucking durable. 3 states. Never had to replace anything. Well, I burned a hole in one of the seats, but other than that, never had to replace anything.
Nice.
And I've had these for 2.5 years now. And these ones were cheaper, yeah, because I didn't want the executives, which those are the executives. But even their semi-executives, which are like $1,500. These ones without the headrest, without the lumbar support, but they have the mesh hand-woven bags, blah, blah, blah. It's great fucking investment. I'll never get rid of them. I end up, all my businesses, IRS comes, I'll fucking take these out first. Computers, I can replace these. I used to get these from a guy who worked for the company that sold them and gave them to me mostly on trade. On like, oh, you need some repairs, etc. These fell off the back of the truck. You know, here, take the tags, the bags, take off the fucking warranty. You can't have the warranty because I sold it to you off the back of a fucking truck and I'm going to zero it out from inventory. Talking about here.
Dude, good times of just like being able to trade services.
Oh yeah, being a laborer of anything is like a provider. If the world ends tomorrow, I know that I'll have work of some kind, whether it's woodworking, afterlife, or what do they call it? Afterlife support. You know, I'll embalm some people, or artistry. You know, electronics. Dude, there's all kinds of fun shit you could do. You would be fine. You would just set up in a little town, like this town, and just be a healthcare provider and just offer for food or housing. All of a sudden you got a live-in wife and her name is, you know, whatever.
God, that'd be nice.
You just gotta
Maybe
make
from Japan.
I was going to say something like, my name is Harumi, you know.
You know me too well. Sir.
That's how I would go. If I lived in an anime isekai, because it is like the summer of isekai was 2021 summer, and isekai is here to stay. And it's like, it's always like I was summoned to some fantasy world. Dude, that's the life. Take me out of here. Just like, give me superpowers on some other earth to handle shit. That's a great story.
Have you seen South Park's isekai thing?
No.
Oh man,
I'm gonna look.
it's hilarious. You need to look it up. You need to pull it up so they can see.
Okay, yeah. I know we're gonna get copyrighted for this, but it doesn't really matter. Plans to learn all Butter's innermost secrets and use them against him by pretending Butter's best friend.
In this episode, Cartman was like in a coma.
This has got to be it.
Oh my God, Eric, Mommy's here, sweetie. Well, what's wrong with him?
I'm afraid that your son is incredibly stupid.
Much later.
Okay, so I was definitely 100% wrong. It wasn't South Park. It was something else.
What is it?
It's called All Aboard the Waifu Express.
Dear Anime Jesus, life hasn't been so good for me recently. You know how I asked for those anime figures? The ones where the girls are also somehow Prussian field artillery? Well, my mom got me one for Christmas. One. And not even a rare one. I just think it's pretty messed up that you'd grant my wish and then saddle me with that bullshit. I know I said I'd never wish for anything again, but technically this is your cock-up. So how about you make things right? You hear me, you stupid son of a bitch? I want to literally drown in anime girls. Amen. Now, please!
So that would be Figure Kun.
Figure Kun.
Yeah, it's not Truck Kun. It's not, Guy Kun, the guy who stabs him, Kun, Knife Kun.
Are you okay?
Figure Kun.
Those hilly trails hit your head pretty hard.
Oh my god. I'm an anime protagonist. Listen, I know you're supposed to accidentally fall on me a bunch of times and I'm meant to get super embarrassed and projectile squirt blood out of my nose. But can we just agree you're my waifu now and skip to the good bit?
Come, we must find your sister.
My sister? Oh, it's one of those animes, huh? You know, waifu, you truly are one in a million.
That's the wrong
Just wait until you meet Princess Ayaka.
Wait, there's more of you?
We'll meet a many great adventurer on our journey, but it's not something we need to focus on right now. What of our quest?
I have to finish building Waifu Mountain, okay, sweetie?
Don't Didn't you want to find your sister?
I'm sure she's in here somewhere. Listen, baby, jealousy doesn't suit you. You'll always be my first. That makes you special, okay? Why do you think I include you in all my loads up Waifu Mountain? No one's gonna replace you. Holy shit. How'd I miss you? You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I'm a boy. Fucking anime. Oh shit! No! Come back! Oh no. Where is she? She's gone. Hello? You there, baby? God damn it! What was her name? Big Big? Michugi? Kun? Masha? Mataka? Baka? Hey! Hey! Ow! Baby! Baby, help! Oh God! Jesus, help!
Oh, it's
Anime Jesus? Bring her back, Anime Jesus.
そう簡単にはいくまい。アニメキリストは一夫一夫主義だ。本当に彼女を取り戻したいのなら、彼女を君のベストガールにして、他のワイフを捨てなきゃなるまい。
What? That's bullshit!
選ぶんだ。
Tell me he busts out of.
Oh my God! I thought I lost you! I tried calling to you, but I couldn't remember that beautiful foreign-sounding name of yours.
Mona?
Yeah. Well, listen, baby. I got so hung up on the quantity of waifus that I forgot that it's really about the quality of waifu. You're my best girl. You're my best girl. Now, Anime Jesus says we have to leave Waifu Mountain. So let's go on that adventure.
You mean it? Just me and you?
Okay, well, that's just insane. I can narrow it down to maybe 3. I don't care what Anime Jesus says. I have needs.
Okay!
Oh, he chose the boy. The whole time, he's just in a coma.
What a beautiful day.
Drink prime, 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 drink.
Oh, pregnant?
Drink prime, 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 drink prime.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was his,
Bacala? Bacala?
They're all dancing in their boots.
Drink prime, drink prime, drink prime, drink prime, drink prime, drink prime,
Worse than water.
drink prime.
Oh my God.
Drink prime!
And the sickly sweetness that's been cloying your senses since the incident. That's calmed down?
It's less than it was a month ago. I don't think I'll ever get over it, but I think maybe I can at least finally start moving on.
Nope.
Drink prime, drink prime, drink! Drink prime! prime, drink 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 prime.
Rumors are running the streets of blood.
What the bloody hell? Drink prime, 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 drink prime.
This is about as crazy as the friggin' Meat Canyon stuff.
Yeah.
Drink prime, drink prime, drink prime. Drink prime. Drink prime.
Oh, they're doing it to each other now.
Drink prime. 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 Drink prime.
The shit they put on the internet nowadays, I understand that dweeb, where they run, all that stuff, but I'm just addicted. That's like my shows now, is there's so many different animes where somebody gets reincarnated in a different world or taken to a different world, or there's an anime that's so dumb it's great. My instant death ability is so overpowered. Isekai. Guy gets taken to another world. He wakes up on a bus that's been transported with all his classmates. He looks, there's a dragon attacking. He's like, I wish it would die. Dead. He fights off the demon lord army. He goes, dead. They all die. An undead warrior princess that can clone herself 1,000,000 times on one of her clones. Dead. All the way back to the source material. Dead. She has some fail-safe. Dead. Dead, dead, dead. He's like, I wonder if I can just kill body parts. So he kills some bad guy's eye. He's like, dead eye. He rips it out, has it regrown, still dead. It's so overpowered. He just says, die. Hey, everybody. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you made it this far, put banana in the comments. Banana, your favorite. That way we know you're part of the team. If not, have a nice day. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Life can be super happy, life can be super sad. I'm trying super hard to separate the good and bad. I go back to my future just to get to my past, but knowing me, my DeLorean will probably crash.